about this interview. Thank you so much, Justin, for hopping on here. Guys, I have a real special treat for you tonight. I'm very blessed and very honored to welcome to my Facebook and to all of my friends out there, a guy that's had a big impact on me and in my life and on my business. And I'm excited about uh, introducing you guys to my friend Justin Prince here. Justin, go ahead and say hi, buddy.
Yeah, David, thank you, man. It's fun that we were kind of, I guess, officially connected, a week or
Yes.
so ago, but we'd connected a couple of years ago with some of my training. So I'm honored to be on with you and really admire the great work you're doing and the entrepreneurial spirit, the drive, the heart, the value that you're adding for people. So excited to be able to be on and see if we can add value to your friends and followers.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And again, I really appreciate you and I thank you for doing this. Guys, if you're watching this, you're going to get a lot of value out of this video, even if you don't decide to move forward with what we're going to be introducing and offering here at the end of this. But it looks like me and Justin, looks like we got the memo about the maroon shirt.
I know.
So
I was thinking the same thing.
yeah, totally. Well, guys, before I introduce Justin and before I ask him, exactly to share a little bit more about his story, I wanted to share with you guys what the kind of feel that I get from Justin. Justin, as I was going through your course, man, I just really felt your real heart, your genuine heart coming through your coaching, through your training. And I just felt like you were a guy that had my best interest at heart. And you seem to me like the kind of person, like a coach that doesn't exactly want, that will actually push a little bit for your people to bring the best out of them, to bring the gifts out of them, because you were telling me through your training that I have a gift to bring the world. And that's what I want to share with you watching this, that you have a gift and a message that the world needs to hear. And so if you are ready to play bigger in your life, then this video should help you with that. So Justin, welcome again to the call. And why don't you go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, what you were doing before your entrepreneurial venture, and where you are today.
Yeah, I appreciate appreciate your kind words. I started my entrepreneurial journey. Really I had no college education. I had a semester and a half of college. I was 25 years old. I had really no professional background. My folks were divorced at 12. I moved 13 times the next 7 years through those teenage years. I was making pizzas at 16. I was lining ditches with rocks at 18.
Wow,
And then
man.
at 21, I worked at a mall kiosk. And the mall is this place that all of us older people would go when the Amazon used to be a river. We would go to this place called the mall. And I was the dude at the mall that worked at the kiosk where you try to not make eye contact with that guy. And so I had really no professional background. I had really no formal education background. But I had big dreams and big goals, and I was introduced to becoming an entrepreneur. I was 25 years old. And I mean, I just really went for it. I was just like, man, I'm going to do this thing. Once I got past my skepticism, I'm going to do this thing. And I became actually the number 3 earner, the national spokesperson for that company. I think one of the reasons that you feel maybe there's some sincerity there is I remember I bought some stuff online back, this is 14 years ago, because I was so hungry to learn. I was so hungry to succeed. I was so hungry to grow. And I didn't really have any mentoring. The situation I was in, I had really no mentors at all. And so I bought this thing online, and I remember I bought one thing. And by the way, when I say I bought it, I was scrounging up dollars to get it. It wasn't like I had a bunch of, I wasn't flush with cash. So I bought the first thing, and it actually added a lot of value to me. I actually learned a lot. It kind of kept me in the game, and it was good. I remember buying a second thing, and I remember feeling like I got taken advantage of. And I remember thinking, man, if I ever get big enough where I am the one that has some perspective to share with other people that are going to help them on their journey, I'm going to add so much value so they never feel this kind of like they got taken advantage of feeling. So that first business, I was on every Barnes and Noble and Borders newsstand in the country. I was 26 years old, and I remember thinking to myself, like, I'm the man. And then the company went out of business. I'm like, I'm not the man anymore.
Oh, man.
And I
Dang it.
actually met one of your good buddies, Chris Michael, about this time. I joined another business. I launched another business and kind of went for it. It took me, what I thought would take 2 months to get full time, took me 2 years. At one point, I was living in the loft of my wife's parents' garage with my pregnant wife and our 2 little babies. They were sleeping in the closet. My wife and I slept in the room. I had 2 part-time jobs. I was chasing the dream of being free. Oh my gosh, it was an absolute grind. And I eventually figured that one out. But since that time, I've gone on, my current business has done over $1 billion in revenue. We launched that business almost 6 years ago. We've acquired over 3 million customers, and it's just been just an incredible kind of journey.
That's awesome.
And so now I've been able to travel all over the world, 20 countries around the world, speaking to leaders, speaking to entrepreneurs, and helping people to kind of, ignite the greatness that they already have within them and help them to go to that next level. I have over, been able to build a social media following, over 1 million people a day I'm able to talk to. So I share that with you to simply say, I remember listening to an audio series by Jim Rohn. He says, we now have enough testimonials and enough personal experiences to conclude that it's possible to create and to design an extraordinary life. And I remember hearing that when I had 240,000 miles on my white Toyota Corolla, and I was working 2 part-time jobs, and I was, sleeping in the loft of my wife's parents' garage, 2 little babies in the closet. And I thought, I know it's possible for other people, but will it ever be possible for me? And now I can write my own personal experience and my own testimonial. I can share with you that it's possible for you to create and to design an extraordinary life. And so I feel so blessed to be able to share that message with other people and hopefully, breathe a little bit of life into the greatness they already have within them.
Yeah. Amen, man. That's incredible. And I'm so blessed that I have come across you and that you came across my path through our mutual friend, Chris Michaels. And I can personally testify to, I feel like you have helped me to kind of tap into my potential, even if it was just a little bit. For those of you that have been following my page for a little while, you might have seen probably about a year ago, whenever I was doing this 30-day Facebook Live challenge, that inspiration actually came from my man Justin Prince here. So one of my favorite parts of your coaching was whenever you were in South Africa at that the Victoria Falls. Is that right?
That's right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
And so I was like, I remember seeing that, and I just remember thinking, like, man, this is a guy that has been there. He's done it, and if he says that it works, I'm just gonna do it. So I encourage you, if you're watching this video, to not only be a student, because we always have to be a student, but also put into practice, actually application, a little bit about what we're talking about here tonight. So Justin, just to kind of give the people a little bit of something that they can, some kind of value that they could walk away with and apply tonight, even if they don't, purchase anything. Because guys, there is an incredible course. If you want to tap more into your potential, we're going to be talking a little bit about one of his Facebook Influencer Masterclass courses that I've gone through personally, and I can highly recommend it to you. But we're just going to talk about module number 1, and we're going to fly over it. This is the 5 keys to building an online magnetic brand. And so, Justin, if you could just talk about those 5 things real quick, I'd love to conversate with you on that.
Yeah. So let me start with this. I think when we hear this idea of building a brand or like an online brand, I think for a lot of us, it feels a little intimidating or a little out there. Like we know, like we see like celebrities, like actual celebrities doing it, or like The Rock, we're like, okay, I know that The Rock can do it, but he's in every other movie. And like, kind of like, who am I? Like, who am I to become like a Facebook influencer, or like an online influencer? Like, I'm just like a guy, or I'm just a gal. Like, I'm just a mom or a dad. Like, I got a job. Like, how? Like, we almost feel inauthentic. Right. Like, I know that someone that's making $1 zillion, I know they can do it, but what about me? Let me share this with you, just to give context into the conversation tonight about the importance for you to build a magnetic brand. The way that advertisers would get access to us, this is so interesting what's happening in our global economy, but the way advertisers would get access to us years ago is through mass media, right? They would hit us with mass media. Well, over time, that became just noise to us. We would buy less and less from that. So what they started to do is they hired celebrities. They would hire, Christy Brinkley or whoever it was to rep their stuff. And we're like, man, if Christy's using it, I'm going to use it. And so that over time lost its luster because we kind of figured it out. We're like, Christy, look, there was an authenticity gap. We know you're making dollars. So that didn't mean as much to us. Then it came down from that into this, with the rise of online and the rise of social media, into this new word called influencers. It's become like this ubiquitous term, like everyone's an influencer now. Mm-hmm. And Kylie Jenner became the youngest female billionaire in the history of mankind. She was 21 years old. And it's because she monetized this online influence. And so that started to shift the economy. Advertisers started to use, instead of mass media, instead of Christy Brinkley, celebrities, they would use like a 21-year-old young girl, right? A young woman.
Yeah.
Well, then what happened is this. is it went into what they called micro influencers. Micro influencers, people have 50,000 followers or more, and that kind of range. And these are people that would get, they didn't have fans, they had actual like followers, so people that would actually engage when they promoted something or posted something, people would purchase from them. Guess what's driving the economy today, my friends?
What?
It's not the mass media. It's not celebrities. It's not Kylie Jenner. It's not even the micro Instagram follower lady with 50,000 followers. Guess what it is? It's what's called nano influencers. Nano influencers is 2,000 friends or less. It's you and me. It's just normal people.
Nice.
And it's normal moms and dads that have other jobs and other careers and other things going on. They're the ones that their authenticity is actually what's driving the market right now, where advertisers are saying that's the ones we need to find out how to get access to, because people will listen to their recommendations. People will listen to them. So let me give you an example. Uber didn't give you a car, but they monetized your car. They monetized your time in your car. Airbnb didn't give you a second home, but they monetized your second home. They basically built a platform that monetized it.
Right. Nice.
Social media, if you're not monetizing your social media right now, or if you're not building a brand that potentially eventually could be a nano influencer that could monetize it, you're being monetized. You know what I'm saying? Like Zuckerberg is monetizing you. You might as well monetize your authentic influence. Are you following that general logic? So I share that with you to say, you're actually the one that has the power right now as a nano influencer. And so let me just give you guys 5, tips or 5 suggestions or 5 concepts that will help you to start building a magnetic online brand. So the first one is this. I teach people how to find your authentic voice. Why the nano influencers are having more power than the mass media or celebrities or the Kylie Jenners is because of authenticity. What people are looking for is like, you're a real human. Like you have, 3 little kids and they get colds and one of them has snot rolling down his nose, like just like my kids, like you're normal. Like that's actually good. It's your superpower, your realness, your vulnerability, some of the struggles you've had and so on. It's your superpower. Like think of the way I introduced myself. No college education, really no professional background. Why would I do that? It's because guys, if I say, I've done over $1 billion in sales, with 4 different multi-million-dollar companies, you'd be like, I can't relate to this guy. Like what the, what? I don't get it. But when I can relate, like I have a family, then all of a sudden I can find my voice. And instead of my lack of college education being a weakness, it becomes a superpower. You have the superpowers. You can lean into your vulnerabilities, lean into your weakness and find this voice. I'll give you an example. My wife and I, these last 2 days, I literally wish I could pick my camera up and go walk around my house and show you this. She just hired a woman from Instagram. True story.
Okay. Yeah.
The gal is an organizer. So she has built she has 12 employees in Utah. She has another team in California and another team in another spot. But she came to our house for like the last 2 days. These women are like all around my house, like organizing everything. Like if I walked in their organized kitchen you've ever seen in your life.
That's awesome.
This lady found a voice. She had the kind of a knack for organization. She had kind of a knack for cleanliness and like sorting things. She's built an entire business around it. So I share with you, the first step is you got to find your authentic voice. You can't feel like a fake or a fraud. You got to be able to go on there and pour into people and lean into some of your weaknesses because those are your superpowers. Second thing is this. I want to encourage you to talk to your friend. What I mean by that is more specific.
This one.
Yeah, listen. I think we talk about like building an audience. Like I talk to my audience and we go live, if we did a live video and you're like, oh my gosh, like who's watching this right now? It's like all these people. What I've shared with people is this. Like look into the camera and just talk to your friend.
Right.
Like add value like you would add to your friend. Because if you're following David, or because you're following David, let me rephrase it this way. Because you're following David, I already know that you're the kind of person that cares about other people. Are you with me? Like life's not all about you. Like you care about other people. You care about adding value to other people. Yeah. If a friend called you tonight and said, hey, I've got some challenges with, my marriage or some challenges with my organization in my kitchen, or I've got some challenges with my physical fitness or whatever the things are that you're passionate about. And, my finances are a little out of order. Can you help me? And that's maybe an area you have. You found that voice that you have. Well, guys, you would spend time with them tonight and you would give them great advice because you'd be speaking just to your friend. So instead of trying to like talk to your audience, just talk to a person. Like literally, I'll try and envision, I'll be like, okay, and I'll try and think of people, and I'm like, I'm going to talk to Ashton. And I'm just going to give her the best advice I can give her. I'm going to answer questions that she has with those 3 little kids. And I'm going to talk specifically to her. So second thing I'm going to encourage you to do is don't talk to an audience. Talk to a human being. Like talk to your friend the way that you would engage with them if you were sitting with them across from each other. Number 3 is this. This is one you can apply tonight. It's what I call look the part. So David, what you want to do is this. Write this in the comments. Write this down in the comments. What I see is what you are. And you say, that's so shallow about social media. Like what I see is what I am. No, I'm more than what you see on social. Listen, it's all I can see. So to my brain, all I can see is you are what I can see. So what I see is what you are.
Yeah.
So you want to look the part. Like if your profile picture right now is a picture of a cat, like, yo, we got to step it up a little bit. Or if your profile picture, are you following what I'm saying? Like if your profile picture is
the plant,
if it has you with 73 other people, I can't tell I don't know what's going on here.
Who am I talking to?
Yeah. If someone likes or comments, I can see the thing, but I can't see who they are. So some quick advice, get a profile picture where you're smiling, get a profile picture if possible that's like basically chest up or belly button up. So in other words, what it does is it allows me to have more of the real estate be your smile. It allows more of the real estate to be you. You say, well, I want to have my kids and all that. Listen, there's other spots for those pictures. Right now, it's your personal brand. You want to look the part of someone that I want to do business with. When all things are equal, we'll do business with people that we know, like, and trust.
Right.
And so online, I'll do business with you if I know you, like you, and trust you. So if you have a Darth Vader profile picture, it's hard for me to build that like and trust. Like I want to do business with you. Are you guys following? So that's number 3. Number 4 is I want to encourage you to brand yourself, not your company, or depending on what you're doing for a living, like brand yourself, not your profession. So I'll give you an example. If you're a plumber, brand yourself within that space versus like plumbers everywhere. Or if you're in network marketing, you don't brand your company, you brand you. Why? Because people don't join companies, people join people. Right. And that's your goal, is for someone to join you. Like, of course you want them to join your company. I get that. But you specifically want them to join you within your company. Are you following what I'm saying? Like you don't want them to join someone else, you want them to join you and be part of your business. Exactly. It's just like as a plumber, you're not trying to like brand plumbers. You're like, and they go call someone else. You want them to call you specifically. So brand yourself. And Jay-Z probably said it best. He says, I'm not a businessman. He said, I'm a business man. In other words, I am the business.
Right.
I'm not just a businessman, like just out doing it. I'm the business. The brand is the business.
Right.
And I want to share this on branding yourself. I appreciate all your kind words as we were kind of getting started, but let me share this. Your brand, write this in your notes. Your brand is the way you make people feel.
Ooh.
So your brand is not your logo. Your brand is not an image. Your brand is not colors. My friends, your brand is how you make people feel. Like if you're late to an appointment, you know what your brand is? It's a brand where they feel like you don't respect them. If you, the way you look, if you won't look someone in the eye and give them kind of that level of respect, they think that you don't respect them or that they're not important to you. Are you following what I'm saying? Your brand is how you make people feel. So when you look the part and when you brand yourself, you're branding, I want to leave you feeling a certain way. I want you to feel like I'm trustworthy, I'm honest, I'm hardworking, I'm responsible, reliable, like I do what I say I'm going to do. That's the brand. That is the brand. So you want to brand yourself and not your company. And then the last thing is this. This is another quick one you guys can go do tonight. Is I want to encourage you to own your name. And you say, what does that mean? No, like literally, I want you to go own your name. I want you to go to GoDaddy.com tonight and buy the domain that's your name. So in this case, Justin Prince, or whatever your name is. Now, you can buy, like, if you become awesome, like if you're like Oprah, you can be known by one name and maybe eventually you get to that point. But the point is, like, go own that real estate. Here's the reason why. There's a bunch of reasons, but let me share with you a couple. Number one, when someone Googles you, that becomes, your name across your social platforms. Your Instagram becomes your business card. They go Google you to search you out. You want to control and own that narrative. I mean, come on, you don't want some other goofy stuff out there that's not you. I mean, it's your name, but it's not either not you or it's some weird thing or whatever. You want to control this narrative. And so I want to encourage you guys to go own your name. Now, if you go there tonight and you go to GoDaddy.com and you type in your name and it doesn't pull up, meaning someone's already got it, you can use things like I had to use I am Justin Prince or the real or the Justin Prince. So you follow what I'm saying? Like I am the real, meet David Lamoureux. That's a good one.
Work with.
You can start to own those domains. You say, well, what am I supposed to do with it?
No.
You want to just own the real estate. That online real estate is real estate you want to own. Okay. That online domains. Now, if you decide to maybe build a website later and all that kind of stuff later, that's up to you. But you want to go secure that real estate tonight. So just, 5 quick things, find your authentic voice, talk to your friend versus your audience, look the part, brand yourself, not your company, and then own your name. So it's just kind of 5 kind of quick points that I think will help you to start building a magnetic brand, to becoming a businessman or a businesswoman versus just a businessman or a businesswoman.
Right. And these are things that actually help you and help me to separate ourselves, to stand out in the crowd. I did a video a couple of days ago about that. I took number 1, find your authentic voice, and I kind of dove into that one a little bit. Finding your authentic voice, you guys, can be just as simple as writing out 5 things that you're passionate about. So what are some of the things that you love to do? Like for me, I love, hiking and backpacking and martial arts and my faith in God and my family, my freedom, those kind of things. So figure out what that is for you and just start talking about it. And for those of you that may not know exactly what branding yourself is, Justin already did a really good job of explaining it. Thank you, man. But your brand is whatever you like. So just find whatever it is that you like. And just like Justin was talking about that girl that, monetized organizational skills, you can actually speak to those people that have the exact same passions as you. And as long as you're talking to your friend and doing the other points that he mentioned here, you can separate yourself from the crowd on social media. And guys, I really, really appreciate y'all hopping on the live. And if you want to dive deeper into the rest of this course, then feel free to, actually, Justin, how can they get a hold of that course if they want to go further?
Yeah, so they can either send you or I a message from this live, or they can go to iamjustinprince.com. So I am justinprince.com, and we can give them that as well. But we can shoot you guys a link. You can check it out. 30-day money back guarantee. You have lifetime access. So, a year from now, 6 months from now, 5 years from now, you can go back and refresh. But man, if you don't get way more value than you put into it, then we'll get your money back. And
right.
I'm no foul, but I'm confident that we'll be able to help you take your brand, your business, your knowledge base to an entirely different level.
Definitely, and your confidence too. Yeah. So we're gonna do our best to make this as simple and easy as possible for you. So if you're watching this on my website, then we're probably gonna put a link either below or above this video so that you can get your hands on that course and dive in deeper to playing big for you and your life. So guys, again, thank you for watching this video. Justin, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate you taking a little bit of your time out to give us some value and give us some tips, and appreciate you, man.
Well, I really admire what you're up to, bro. You're adding a lot of value for a lot of people. So keep doing it and keep inspiring. You're doing a great job.
Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you so much. All righty. You have a good rest of your night. Guys. Everybody. Love y'all. Bye now.